Hey guys, welcome to this GuitarLessons.com gear review on the Egnater Rebel 30. Now this is a really cool amp if you want a bigger sound and you want an amp that does a lot of different things, but it's also really cool if you're not into carrying really heavy bulky gear around because it's pretty small and it's pretty lightweight too for an all-tube amp. Now the street price for the Rebel 30 is $899, and that kind of surprised me once I started going through all the features on it. It has a lot of really cool, unique features that I would expect to pay probably almost twice that amount for. So what we'll do is walk through the front of the amp where all the knobs are and everything, and I'll let you know about all the features that are going on there, and then we'll take a look at the back panel of the amp too and see what's cooking back there. Once we get done with all that, I'll walk you through some sounds on the clean and dirty channels and kind of feature some of the little bells and whistles that are on this amp. So I'm just going to quickly walk you through some of the features of the Egnater Rebel 30. The power is actually on the back, and we'll get to that later, but your standby switch is right here. In the middle of standby, up is on, and then it has the silent record feature too, which is really cool. That's down there. So this knob right here is one of the more unique, really cool features that really kind of attracted me to the Rebel 30, and it's a tube mix knob. So you have two EL84s in the power section, but you also have two 6v6s. And this knob lets you mix the two, which is, you get some really nice, unique tones out of it. All the way over to the left is all EL84s, all the way over to the right is all 6v6s. And I'm a fan of EL84s in general, but I was surprised I found myself kind of blending in some of the 6v6s too in there, so it was really nice. These two knobs right here represent another one of the really unique features of the Rebel 30, and that's the variable wattage. And it's a smooth rotating knob that lets you go all the way from 1 watt all the way up to 30 full power for each channel, for the clean channel and the dirty channel. It's really nice. If you want a lot of headroom, crank it up. If you don't really want that much headroom, want some sag in your tone, then, you know, knock it down to 1 watt. Next here is channel 2, or the dirty channel, and has completely independent EQ, so treble, middle, and bass for your dirty channel, gain and volume, pretty standard. But over here you have the bright and the tight switches too, and depending on what kind of music I was playing on this thing, I really fiddled with these a lot. If I wanted a sharper tone, I flip the bright on and leave the tight on. If I wanted a little bit more mellow, smooth, fat tone, I have both of those off. Channel 1 is over here, and you have treble and bass controls for your EQ and then just a regular volume, but you do still have the bright and tight independent of the ones on channel 2 over here, and your switcher is right here. In addition to being able to switch channels with your foot switch, you can do it manually here on the top in the front of the amp too. Input, of course. When we go here to the back of the amp, you can see all the rest of the features, like your effects loop right here. It's a really good sound effects loop. And a really cool thing on an amp this size is you have independent reverb controls for both channels. That's really cool. Those foot switchable too. Another really cool feature for an amp this size and this price is the record line out, just a regular XLR out back here. Right here you have your impedance selector, just in case you want to add an extension cab. The speaker that is already plugged in there, the one that's built in, and then you always have the option to plug in one more additional speaker cabinet to the output right there. And over here you have your input for your foot switch, so you can, with the foot switch, you can either change channels and turn the reverb on and off for each channel. And there's the power switch that I was talking about earlier when we were looking at the knobs on the face of the amp. So as you can see, this amp, for the size of it, has a lot of stuff going on. And you know, if you're the kind of person that just wants to plug straight in and go and get a nice tone out of your amp, might not be the amp for you. But if you're the kind of person who likes a lot of flexibility and has a lot of options on your amp, this is a really cool one that you might want to check out. Now for me, this amp is really cool because I play a lot of different styles of music, and I have to be able to cover a lot of ground, and this amp is versatile enough to where it covers a lot of different styles of music. The other thing for me is I despise carrying heavy gear around. The older I get, the smaller and smaller and smaller my amps have become. And this one is really not that heavy. It's pretty compact and small, and you still get a nice warm tube amp sound in a small package. I love EL84s, and that's really cool that this amp comes with that, but it also gives you the flexibility when you use the tube mix knob to go back and forth between EL84s and 6V6s, so you get to kind of pick which one you like best. So that's it for this gear review, guys. Go check out the Egnater Rebel 30 next time you're at your local music store and see if it does it for you.